Welcome to this segment of Rep Your Swag. I am Gucci here, interviewing Dr. St. James. So stay tuned for this upcoming interview. Okay, so the question that we randomly ask people is to be, but we'll ask that later. So we're going to get down to the basic what people want to know and stuff. So, where are you originally from?
Dallas, South there.
South Dallas.
Fair Park.
What's a local store or something that you went to that was, probably still there or not there?
Ooh, Gordon Center.
The grocery store? Oh, was it the South Dallas with the mini yards with the cobblestones on it and stuff? Remember that? Yeah. That's right there. So,
Good.
yeah.
Well,
So, you ride motorcycles?
yeah, I'd say that.
What do you ride?
I have a Road Glide, a Road King, and a 1200 Sportster.
How do you choose between them?
Depending upon the vibration I want to feel between my legs.
Right. So, because if you're having a hard day, you need a big vibration and, so on and so on. Just to woosah all the, say, just shake it away. Just shake it.
All right.
So, how long have you been riding?
Over 30 years now.
Do you ride hard or do you ride soft? Do you ride medium or all of the above?
One of my motorcycles' name is Richard. That's my dig. I ride it hard.
Right. I mean, how else would you, ride it? Okay. So, what other things do you like to do besides ride, Richard?
Oh gosh, I fish most of the time. Bass fishing.
Fish?
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah.
With fly or just
Bass fishing. So
okay.
for catfishing,
what's the biggest fish you ever caught?
A lot of whiskey.
What's the biggest bass you ever caught?
Ooh, probably 5 pounds, but I've caught a 30-pound catfish before.
Wow. With a reel and rod?
Yeah. Oh, of course, yeah.
Wow, I thought you went in there and just.
No, we ain't gonna put the hair all in there and go noodling. We're not doing all that. Nope.
Okay. So, besides fishing, riding motorcycles, what else?
Oh gosh, everything. I shoot pool, darts. I hunt. I flirt.
That's a big game hunting. When you flirt, big game hunting.
Always looking for that, yeah. Okay, sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So, what's the biggest thing you ever caught flirting?
Ooh, gosh, that would be about 255 pounds.
Oh, did you throw it back?
I kept him for a little bit.
Oh, okay. Just the aquarium and stuff. Okay, so we're going to take a break right here to get ready to go to our second part.
Absolutely. You're ringing.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I am recording. Okay. Hey. Okay. Look at here. This is a special edition. If we have any moms that ride with their sons or any moms that ride with their daughters, this has been a very unique experience for me riding from basically Denton, Texas to Daytona Beach with my son, David. Come here, David. This is my son, David. Most of y'all know him. Y'all seen him because he's always on my page most of the time.
How's it going?
And today is David's birthday. We're not going to say his age because, that age is his mama, so we ain't going to do that. But this has been a very unique experience for us to ride all the way up because folks have been having all kind of conversations with David, right? Some of it started before we got here because a lot of times we get to ride together. So I'm going to go and throw this out here. When we're riding together, people are always surprised. So when we rode together last time, we were coming in through Little Elm. Little Elm, what did the guy next to you on the bike, what was his reaction when you pulled up to the light with him?
The guy's like, "Oh my God, your wife's so beautiful." I'm like, "That's my mom, bro."
And he's like, "Your mom is what? Right?"
Your mom? And he's like, she's riding? It's kind of crazy.
It
was
is.
interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's always different.
It is. And since we've been here, because I ride, right? We've seen lots of guys that are trailering their stuff up. And so today, or was it yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
So you tell the story about how the guys was making conversation with them riding and them trailering up or whatever else, because you were there.
But one of them guys lived up in Michigan or something. He's like, I don't know how the weather's going to be when I get back.
Yeah.
So that was understandable. One of them just trailered because he couldn't do the ride. I was like, so you can't ride all the way down here, but my mom made it from Texas? Okay, bro. All right. Good job.
So how does it make you feel when people see you riding with your mom?
It makes me proud because it's not something they see all the time, and when they do see it, it's kind of one of those stop and like, oh my God. Like the lady at over the balcony over the stairs when we went for breakfast, she was like just standing there in awe, little 5'3" lady pushing a road glide all the way across.
Yeah, he caught me today. I have to do the bunny hop when I'm rolling my bike out because I if I'm not in my boots, I'm not flat. I'm not even on my tiptoes. I mean, I'm barely like on my big toe. So I have this little thing where I basically use both feet and push back and kind of hop and scoot on where my butt is and holding it back, and I kind of scoot. It's a bunny hop on my bike. So apparently the lady was over on the balcony looking at me, and his description of her look was
she was enthused. She was proud. She was actually looking like if that could be her. She was like, wow, huh.
I know.
She doing it.
And we do. We ride. And here's the thing that most people don't realize. He sees this. And it cracked me up because yesterday when we were going to Daytona Beach, Harley Davidson, there's a little bitty old lady in her car because Florida is full of, right? I know. It was cracking him up.
Oh my God.
Daytona Beach.
Grandma, she was
right?
so cute.
Okay, well tell him. Go ahead.
Little lady pulls up right beside us, and she's like, I love your bike, honey. And she just, I mean, it was the cutest thing. She was so happy, and it just put a big old smile on my face. Just because I guess she always, I don't know, she'd never seen a woman on a bike like that, but she was proud of it. She was like, yeah, honey, there you are. Go get them. Ride, baby, ride. I was like, you getting it. You enthusiastic, Grandma. Go ahead.
And see, as women riders, what you don't realize is that someone is watching you. Some little girl is watching you in a car. I see girls all the time when I'm passing by, and they'll wave. And if I'm at a red light, I'll ask the parent to raise the window down, and I'll make conversation with them, talk to the mom or whoever else. And I'll tell the little girl, you can ride. You can do anything that you want to do. But you don't know who's watching you when you ride. Little old women are watching you that have always wanted to ride but can't. Other women are watching you thinking, oh, I wish I could. Little girls are watching you. And when I ride up here to Daytona Beach, it's been a lot of backpacks, a lot of women riding on back. And I'm pulling on the side of them, and they're just like, oh, my God, you're riding. And I'm like, yeah. It's like, I can't ride because I'm not tall enough. I'm like, I'm 5'3", baby. Yes, you can. And one of the biggest things was, one of the guys said, when I asked the wife and looked to the back of her, I was like, why are you on back? Why are you not riding your own? And he was like, oh no, I keep telling her she can do this. She just won't do it. I'm like, she's like, I've never did it before. I was like, well, you never had sex before, but I bet you good at it now. And he was like, oh, yes, she is. Oh, yeah, yes, she is. And she just blushed. I was like, it's always something that we've never did before. It's the first time for everything. And she was like, you know what? Okay. I said, girl, go on, take the class. So my point to this video is, one, I adore the avenue of being able to share this with my son. I have 5 sons. I have another son that rides also, Jared. I hope that one day I'll be able to ride with him because he said he want to ride. But let me do a shout out to my little Hispanic lovely son also, Mason Torres. Hey, shout out here.
What's up, brother?
Yes, from Daytona Beach. Look at here. Your little chocolate mama wants you to ride so we can all ride together. Come on now. These can be some of our experiences also. Let me do that shout out. But my point is, it's always someone looking. And it's encouraging for people to see us riding. And If you are a mom riding with your son, give me a shout out, because I want to be able to highlight moms and sons. I want to be able to, interview you, do videos with you, see pictures and highlight. If you're a mom riding with your daughter and your daughter rides with you, the same thing. We want to be able to put things on our YouTube channel so that people can see these things. So, yeah. So as we leave, tell me, right, birthday boy, what's the first memory of me riding that what's the biggest memory of me riding that you want to share with the ladies?
I got two.
Oh, two. Oh, okay.
So most recent would be when you took Granny ride the first time, and she was like, "No, I want to go fast." And then you shot up to about what, buck 20.
Yep.
And she was like, okay. That's enough of that.
Yeah, I had that Suzuki Katana, that sports bike. My mom thought she wanted to go fast on it. Yeah, okay.
That's more of the recent one. Then it would probably be when I was in kindergarten. I was telling everybody in class, I was like, "Yeah, my mom rides a sports bike," and they were like, "Nah, no, she doesn't. She doesn't ride a sports bike. You're a liar, this and that." I told her what happened, and then I think it was like 2-3 days later, for show and tell, she just popped up right by the class window on the sports bike, and they were like, "Oh my God, that's your mom!" I was like, "I fucking told you." Well, I didn't say that.
You might have, because you've been cussing forever.
But yeah, but that is two of my biggest you ride moments.
Absolutely, this is true.
Mm-hmm.
And he rides. And here's the thing: I know y'all are concerned. Sometimes I don't ride with helmet, but on long distance, I do put my helmet on. We've been sporting.
I make sure she does.
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
But for riding around in Daytona Beach, I've been without my helmet. Well, I had it on a couple times. We left a restaurant. I put it in my saddlebag, and I looked up. He had a helmet. I was like, "Where your helmet?" He was like,
"Where your helmet?"
I was like, "Okay, touche. All right. Well, then guess what? We both got life insurance. We all good. So okay, we gonna tool around on the beach. We ain't got no helmet. We hit the highway. We putting our helmet on." But it is just a great experience. So give me a shout out. Let me know if you're riding with your son or with your daughter. Post some pictures. Let me see where you're going, because we're going to work to incorporate this in our regular programs, on our weekly events. Just send us a picture, and we're going to start highlighting you, right? All right. And this, again, is my birthday man. Happy birthday to him. And I appreciate and love you very much for doing this for me. Again, a shout out to my other baby. Hey, Mason Torres.
I call you back, bro.
Yeah, for sure. All right, ladies, go be bad, go be bold. Find somebody's face to sit on, because sex is important too. He like older women. You better watch him, girls. He's dangerous.
Thanks. We're back from our small break. So we get into the second part of the questions to find out more about Dr. St. James. So for the second part, I'm going to ask you. No, I'm not going to ask you that. Tell us about, because I see the flyer that you got, your billboard behind you and stuff, right? And that's all about your Bad Girls. Tell us about, your Bad Girls 24/7.
Bad Girls is a coaching company where I am helping women transform their lives from basically mindset and money and self-esteem in regards to helping them move forward. So our primary goal is to help them reach them where they are so they can be better. But the number one goal is mindset. And then we get into the self-care of it and help them start a business. Bring out the entrepreneurial spirit in them, because a lot of times women are in a situation where they don't think that they can do it. They think they're too old. They're too young, they're too fat, they're too black, they're too white, too whatever the fuck it is. It's not the case. So my secondary company is Fuck the 9 to 5, where we teach them to literally put a plan together, put that business in action, earn some money, and then basically fuck working the 9 to 5.
Right. Because when people at a 9 to 5, they be like, fuck this job.
Absolutely. And here's the issue. We weren't meant in order to work 40, 50 years of our entire life. But people are following that model. And what we want to do is show them that there's another model to follow. You don't have to work 40, 50
Yeah.
years.
Tradition is not always right.
No, absolutely not. And everyone was given some type of God given talent. It's just a matter of honing in on it, developing it, and then marketing that talent. Regardless, I don't care. If you're riding a motorcycle, you can teach other people how to do it. If you're good at making t shirts and you're creative, then that's a business. If you enjoy cooking, that's a business. If you're good at sucking dick, you can make a video to show other women how to do it. I don't care
Yeah.
what it is. You can make it out of the business, legal or not legal.
Yeah, under the table kind of thing. So being 24/7 bad girl and stuff, like thinking about when it all started, like what made you, like, let's do this.
Okay, so in 16, I was fortunate enough to be highlighted in Fortune magazine, which is a big deal. I was named a game-changing coach. I was on ABC, CBS, NBC, yada yada. Okay, and then we moved into a subdivision, and I was basically going to be semi-retired, just doing a little coaching here and there.
Uh-huh.
And the third day of living in the subdivision, I was sitting out on my porch waiting for my husband to get home in a blue robe, drinking some coffee with some whiskey. Next day, we get a letter in the mail that basically says, nasty porch nigger, move out of the neighborhood and move back to whatever trailer you came from, and called my husband all kinds of derogatory names.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? A couple days later, we get another letter
Was
saying,
this stamped? These were stamped mails, or they just dropped off mails?
I don't know. Yeah, it went through the postal service. It's been a total 37 letters saying that we were running a whorehouse. Come by anytime, day or night. And mind you, they're sending these letters to the neighbors
Yeah.
about us. One letter had pulled up my criminal history record because I have a pretty extensive record. I've been arrested for assault, simple assault, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I mean, don't let the diction fool you. I will fight a bitch, okay?
All right.
But I don't have any convictions, right? There's a total
Yeah.
difference. And so this person sent letters to our neighborhood, letting them know that a criminal had moved into the subdivision, and I needed to move. Just all kinds of stuff. Letters were sent to my husband's job, threatening that he was going to go postal and he was going to, shoot people at the job. Telling the neighbors I was on welfare, sitting on my porch every morning drinking coffee. I'm just sitting there waiting for my husband to come home, right? If
Yeah.
you the letter that would be derogatory, the letters were sent out about me to the neighborhood. It was so bad that if you Google me, we were on Channel 4, Channel 5, Channel 8. The police department got involved. The Postal Service got involved. It was a huge deal. And in one of the letters, the stalker said I was a bad girl. I was a bad person.
Okay.
You're a bad human being. I thought, bitch, what? Because they did a profile on the person and discovered it was a female. So
Okay.
that's what we knew. So basically, that's how it was started. Because I thought, if you think I'm bad now, let me show you what a bad girl can really do. We're going to be back to the bank, and we're going to inspire other women that perhaps have had challenging pasts
Uh-huh.
and turn their lives around for them, to have a good lifestyle and to have money. That's how it started. That's the short version, because we're talking about over 32 letters being sent to our neighbors
Yes.
over the course of 3 years.
Oh wow. Oh wow. And the neighborhood was not the same.
Well, here's the thing. The neighbors did not appreciate a stalker being in the neighborhood. They did not.
They hated that more.
Oh, absolutely. They wanted to find out who it was. And the neighbors rallied with us. The neighbors they rallied with us.
Uh-huh.
And it was over 150 neighbors. The mayor got involved, the police department. They came to our home. We had a huge event called Rise Up Against Hate. And so that is my nonprofit that I work with in order to work against hatred toward minorities.
Yes. That's great. That's great. And that's what lit the fuse on all this. That's great. Okay. So what is whiskey, women, and wisdom?
Okay, so Whiskey Women in Wisdom is a platform that I developed so that women would have an opportunity to learn from other women, not just from my voice. So we have real estate developers that came on to show women how to buy real estate with no or little money down, legit, to show them how to buy condos in other countries and rent them out. We've had tax preparers come on to show how to do your taxes as a business owner, how to start a tax business. We've had insurance individuals on to show women how to become insurance licensed in multiple states and start their own insurance brokerage. We've had financial advisors on to show them the difference of what mutual funds do, leaving legacies for their families with life insurance. It's a platform so other women can come on for 30 minutes to an hour and teach about what they do, and then it highlights the woman that's on there as well. So it's a very beneficial thing for both sides.
Okay, so
And we
so
whiskey.
yes, and then at the same time, so as far as it's I know it's a women thing and uplifting, but could a guy join as well?
Here's the thing, guys, I have a really good following for men. Right now, we have about 75,000 followers on Facebook,
Mhm.
and 21% of my followership are men. I don't coach men.
Yeah.
However, the information I have is available to men. They can buy it on the website, and it works either which way.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
I was just thinking because they have to come in as Medea and Joanna Man and stuff, whatever to be.
Yeah. So come on in there as my dear and saddle up and get busy.
Okay, what else you specialize in?
Oh God, that's an understatement. Right now we have a new thing that we are launching June 1st. That is the Fuck the 9 to 5 coffee. So we have a Fuck the 9 to 5 whole line to remind women as you're drinking your coffee, whatever else that you want to get off that job. We have a Bad Girl Beauty line that we've just started.
Okay.
That will launch June 15th. So that is our brand new skincare line that is organic. We've been working on that for a long time. So we're very excited about that. And the biggest part for that is showing women how to do this, the whole steps. So in the mornings, I do a morning broadcast that's called Rise and Grind Bitches, right?
Yes.
Where I have coffee. And I talk to a couple of coffee distributors and companies about sponsoring me during the morning drive when I'm doing that. So I'm drinking coffee. Right?
Yes.
So, okay, be my sponsor. I will, give you a shout out because, the women drink coffee, they'll buy you coffee. They didn't call me back. I was not the brand that they were looking for. I didn't fit within their mold. So,
Yes.
my project manager is very good, Amy. I said, well, forget this shit. We're going to start our own coffee company. Did the research on it. And then we now have our own coffee company. And we
Okay.
have 15 different flavors of coffee that you can go to our website and you can buy Fuck the 9 to 5 coffee. So the
That's
point
the
to
name of it.
Fuck the 9 to 5 coffee. Absolutely.
All
Yes.
right. What flavors do you have?
Oh gosh, we have what don't we have? We have vanilla, French vanilla. We have Mexicana. We have regular roast. We have a lot of flavors.
Okay.
We
Cool.
also have ice blend as well for iced coffee.
Oh,
And
yes.
we're working on our fall line where we're going to have chocolate mint and peppermint. So it's a whole line of coffee and coffee products. And
Okay.
here's the deal. If the door is not open for you, then build a fucking door yourself. If you're not what someone is looking for, stop begging people for opportunities. Make the opportunity yourself. So in my ebook, which is Fuck the 9 to 5, we show them how to do these things. So as I'm developing these items, I'm documenting it and then showing them how they can do it too. So if they want to open their own coffee company, if they want to open and start their own online business,
You got a
then
roadmap for them.
absolutely correct.
That's cool.
All because of a stalker.
Thank you, Stalker. All
Come on,
right.
right?
We're gonna take another break for the second part, and we'll be back.
Okay, good morning. This is not a rise and grind edition. This is a wake your ass up edition. This is for men, women. I don't care how you identify yourself, but this is for everyone that considers themselves a human being. Okay, this is what this edition is today. And let me do a disclaimer in advance to tell you that this edition is going to be rough. It is going to be very rough this morning. And you can feel free to send me DMs. You can feel free to tell me you don't agree with my opinion. You can feel free to do anything that makes you happy, but this is my page and this is my opinion. If you agree with me, then what I'm asking you to do is to share this with your MCs, your RC, your chapter, put it on your page, put it in groups that would allow you to put it inside their groups, and to leave comments if you agree. If you don't agree, you can do that too, but I'm going to delete the shit because I don't care. All right. This is what we're talking about today. Over the weekend, I went to Fandango, which is in Fredericksburg. I went to a vintage motorcycle event. Oh my gosh, it was fabulous. But we want to talk about that on another day. I was doing the event. I was DM'd, right? 32 DMs came into my inbox, 32, asking me one or two things. Dr. St. James, and these people in all kind of different states, can you come and participate? We got a charity ride because somebody went down and we're raising money for them. Nope. Dr. St. James, we've had someone that went down and we have a GoFund account because we're trying to raise $8,000 for them. Nope. I do not do that. I am an educator. Okay, that's one. I educate people on several different things because I am aware of several different things. This is about to be riding season, people. So let's go through the avenue of being responsible. I do these Facebook Lives on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays mornings. Today, we're going to talk about accidental supplemental insurance. Wednesday, we're going to talk about cancer supplemental insurance. Friday, we're going to talk about critical care supplemental insurance. And critical care is if you have a stroke, a heart attack, kidney failure, anything of this nature. So if you're not interested in this information, get off the page now because it's going to be bumpy. We're going to talk about responsibility. We're going to talk about how you ride around on a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 vehicle, motorcycle, or 10 or 5, and you don't have the proper coverage is what we're going to talk about. And we're going to talk about MCs that don't require, or RCs that don't require you to have these type of items. We're going to talk about real stuff today. And if you have questions, you can either send me a DM if you don't want anyone to see it, or you can put a question in here. But this is what I'm asking. Y'all have a lot of fire when I give you a subject that you're really on top of, right? So a few months ago, I talked about the avenue of a woman calling me out because she said I have influence and I am not influencing women correctly because I don't wear a helmet. And I ate her for lunch because my stuff is covered, right? And I'm grown. I wear a helmet if I want to. That's my business. But y'all were all on fire about, oh, it's my right. Oh, I need to do this, whatever else. Okay, cool. Bet. I appreciate that. Then when it's political time and you're talking about whoever you're backing and losing friends over politics, oh, you all on fire. Memes. Everything else, giving your opinion about your candidate and how someone else is stupid and losing friends over that. Oh, you got much fire and passion for that. Let's see how much fire and passion you have for this, for your fellow rider, for your fellow sister or brother to make sure that they're okay. Let's see where your fire is on this. We're going to gauge it, okay? First of all, I am licensed in multiple states, right? You don't have to get anything from me. This is not a sales pitch from you for you to buy from me. This is me educating you so you understand why you need this and why this is so important. You cannot just have insurance on your bike and expect if you go down, everything is okay. That is not enough. Unless you have sometimes millions of dollars squared away in a retirement account, you are going to be in a financial hardship. And even with that, retirement money is for retirement. You should have an emergency fund. Emergency funds are for emergencies. That's why I put Tony Alexander and Barbara in front of you so that you can make a plan to start some type of emergency fund. But we ain't talking about that today. Today, we're talking about supplemental insurance for accidents. Why that is so important, right? Let me give you peep this game. I used to be in a chapter, Harley chapter. We would have monthly meetings. I asked them, let me come in and talk to our chapter about the company that I represent. One of the companies I represent. I don't have to sell anything. Let me just give you the knowledge. They say, oh no, we don't do that. We don't like mixing business for pleasure. Okay, all right, peep that game, all right. But it's still information. And if someone is offering information for free, you don't want to give it over the politics, and that I consider that to be bullshit. Let me just say that, because I ride to all kind of different dealerships and make presentations to their members of their chapter all the time. And I am a member of more than one Harley Davidson chapter. Let me just say that, right? And the others never had a problem with me presenting, but this one did. So we're going to fast forward. A few months after I made the conversation, one of the members went down, had an accident. Okay, he needed money because most people live paycheck to paycheck, and this is no knock on anyone that's living paycheck to paycheck, but we know people are, right? Because COVID has knocked a lot of people off their wagons because they're living check to check. So this individual was going to be struggling, right? Because he could not go back to work. They put a GoFund account together. GoFund, I think, raised a little over $5,000. I don't think, maybe $6,000 for them, right? That was not enough money. And this person was beat up pretty badly. If they would have got a policy from me or anyone else that offers it, they would have been out about $49 a month, $50 a month. I added up because I was going to see the individual, what my company would have paid them, what they would have been out of for this accident, right? They would have, my company would have wrote them a check for $24,000. Okay, so let's do the math. 24,000. Let's try it again. 24,000. Now, don't get me wrong, $6,000 will do something. It won't do as much as $24,000 will do, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about the benefits of having accidental insurance. But before we do this, we're going to put some people on blast, because let me tell you what, most people are living check to check. We already know that. If you are an MC or RC or independent, or you are in a chapter, or you have any kind of group, if you want me to come and educate your group on accidental supplemental insurance of any kind, I only need two things. You just have to send me a request so I can put it in my schedule, and I will ride to you. You're going to have to give me a hotel and feed me. Okay, that's it. Because I mean, dang, I need to eat. Okay, I need to sleep. That's it. And it don't have to be at a hotel. I'm cool with staying at somebody's house. Let's just get that out the way. Or I can obviously do this by Zoom for you, because right now we're in a Zoom society, right? No problem. Let's get that done. You people that are doing these MCs, RCs, or whatever else, having these people on probationary periods where you're making them clean your bikes, stand guard, do all these kind of items. Why aren't you asking these people if they got life insurance? And better yet, why aren't you asking them if they have accidental insurance? And why are you not asking them to show you proof? Because let me tell you what, people lie because they know it's important. People lie because they are embarrassed they don't have it. Start putting these probate people with their feet under the fire, and some of your regular people too, they ain't got it. And some of it is because lack of education, some because they don't know. It's me. I don't see a lot of folks out here doing what I'm doing, right? So spread the word, but they should still have it, right? Okay. The other part of it is some of you folks are going to talk about, ooh, GoFund account, ooh, charity rides. You know what? GoFund and charity rides are not life insurance policies. They are modern day welfare. Let me repeat that. They are modern day welfare benefits. The same way you think about people that are on welfare and staying on it forever. Now, let me back up, because yes, sometimes people do need help. I got that. But if you're teaching people to work for a living and to be responsible, then we should be teaching them what they need so we don't have to keep doing this. Sometimes are these events necessary? Yes. Sometimes people have coverage and they still need extra. I ain't talking about that. So don't be getting on my page talking about, ooh, you said this, because I will come on your ass for fire and I'm ready for it, okay? I'm ready for all the smoke. This is what I'm saying. The reason it's modern day welfare is because you're teaching people that GoFundMe accounts are okay and acceptable and they don't have to be responsible. And if something happens to them, somebody else is going to bury their ass. That is not teaching responsibility. That's welfare. I'm going to let it sink in a little bit. If you're doing all these charity rides and you're putting all of this smoke, all this effort behind charity rides for folks, why aren't you putting this much effort into once a month educating your people about what they need to make sure they're protected and their family is protected? Go ahead. Okay. All you folks that have these issues about, oh my God, we're becoming a socialist company and all these people want all these handouts. Okay. Charity ride, handout, GoFundMe account, handout. Okay, all right. And for all you folks to think because you got insurance, a little more coverage on your bike, that you're going to be covered for money in an accident, you better recheck your policy, babies, okay? Because most of you don't have enough coverage, or if you do have enough coverage, sometimes you got to sue the insurance to get it, or it will take maybe a month or more in order to get it with a claim. Oh my goodness. This company will pay you cash, not cash, will write you a check when you have an accident, which means you get an accident, they will give you a portion of money for an ambulance ride. If you you have to be air flighted somewhere, it's a check. You break a leg, it's a check. You in a coma, it's in a check. You go to emergency room, it's a check. You got to stay in the emergency room for 15, 20, 365 days. It's check, 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 check. Okay. But you're going to fight and sue your insurance company for something that you may or may not have. And you say, oh, if somebody hit me, I'm going to get paid. Yeah, you're going to get paid 90 days, 60 days, 120 days up the road. Let me ask you a question. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. Is your mortgage, water, lights, and gas waiting for you for 120 days, 90 days up the road for you to pay it? Because most of you are living paycheck to paycheck, all right? So where's the money coming from? Okay. Let's take this from a biblical standpoint. Let's hit some of our biblical people that are always trying to get on my page because they love what I talk about, but all so offended because I cuss. Like, me going to hell is your responsibility. If I went to hell because of cussing, which I don't believe I do. So let's go biblically. Have you not heard the point of, if you give a man a fish, he can eat, but if you teach a man how to fish, he can continue to eat for the rest of his life? And I am paraphrasing. So if you do a GoFundMe account and you do a charity ride, you're helping that person only for that moment. 9 times out of 10, it will happen again. You're not educating, you're not teaching them how they can help themselves in a sustainable length of time by being responsible. Start asking them to show you proof. Do you know you can't even be, I have a new thing with ambassadors and people that are going to ride with me. You can't do any of that unless you can show me that you have the proper coverage, which is life insurance and have the right kind, and you can have supplemental insurance. You can't do that because guess what? I love the people that I associate with, right? I'm not just flapping my gums. So for me to love them, that means I want to make sure they're protected, and I want to educate them so they can make sure their family is protected. I want to go into a funeral of someone in the Dallas area, and this guy was well respected. I mean, people came from all kinds of different states to see him, to pay their respects when he died. But here's the thing. His daughter was on Facebook begging for money because he did not have any life insurance. Begging for money with a GoFundMe account, because that's what you're doing. But all these people, nobody thought to come up to and ask him, hey, are you covered with life insurance? Do you have these different options? Do you have supplemental insurance in case you go down? Because you're putting your family in a very bad position if you don't. Okay, that's what we have today. Today we're talking about supplemental insurance, and it will protect you for any accident, not if you're on a motorcycle. If you have kids, this is a great thing to have on your kids. You can get a whole family covered for like under $80 a month. I have insurance on my cell phone in case I drop and break my cell phone. I have insurance on my motorcycle in case one of them go down. I have insurance on my life in case something happens and my family is not devastated. I have supplemental insurance in case I get cancer, that I am not destitute. We're going to talk about cancer supplements on Wednesday, because most people get cancer these days. They will be okay, but they wind up going bankrupt. I have insurance in case I have a heart attack or stroke. And y'all saying, well, that's a lot of coverage for something. Well, you've been paying for coverage for your house and it never burned down. You've been paying for coverage in your insurance for your health care. You ain't sick most of the time. You paying for insurance on your car. Most of you never have accidents. But when you talk about protecting yourself and making sure you have a legacy with your family, now all of a sudden, oh, no. Okay. Consider this your public service announcement, considering we're about ready to get into riding season. If you want information, if I can help you individually, or if you have an MC or an RC, you send me a message. I'll be more than happy to coordinate my schedule. If you just want general information, I'm more than happy to help you with that. But do not contact me sending me information about going on a charity ride, and I'll go. Don't send me information about participating in a charity ride, because I'm not giving my money. Because frankly, my money is for me and for my family. And your money should be for you and your family. Don't contact me telling me to donate to a GoFundMe account, because I'm not going to do that. It is not my responsibility. I don't participate in welfare. I work. I get educated and I do the things I need to do for my family. The question is, why aren't you? Why aren't you double checking your policy to make sure everything is in checks and balance? You go to these rallies with no problem. Why aren't you making sure that you have an accident on policy so if you go down, you're not struggling and you don't have to dig into your retirement, which most of you don't have to begin with? Why aren't you setting up some type of emergency fund account so that you're situated? All right. Feel free to leave the smoke. Feel free to leave whatever else. But let's see if you have as much passion for sharing this and leaving comments. Don't be sending me no, ooh, good morning shit. See if you got as much passion for sharing this as you do for sharing, I don't know, the cute little kid that's on the Harley riding behind his daddy. Okay. Ladies, be bad, be bold. Find somebody's face to sit on, because sex is important too. Have a great day.
Okay, so we're back for our final to wrap it up with Dr. St. James. So, between the breaks and stuff, we was like, you do like a lot of stuff. You manage a lot of stuff. You're juggling a lot of stuff, and you're a person with many hats. So, with a person that's got their life fulfilled with doing a lot of things, how do you manage to have all these things and mingle with riding bikes?
I think the easiest way to do it, me riding is basically an extension of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
It is literally a part of me, as much it is breathing in regards to that.
Okay.
Because I've been doing it for such a long time. Professionally, however, it's always the avenue of how people see you within the community, and for what you do. So I think for me, the biggest part is just making sure that I balance, and that my socialization is really big in regards to so many things, if that makes sense. It can sometimes be challenging in order to balance it, especially in the skin that I'm in, because sometimes when people look at you, that's what they see first, and that's what they judge you on.
Right.
So always conscious to make sure that it's such a big question, that people understand. I am a female first, biker second, but they still combined 100%. You can't judge me on the avenue of just being a biker
Yes.
without judging me for being a professional and for being a human being. And I think I'm very diversified within my friendships of people.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that helps a lot. I'm a big advocate of telling people all the time, you can't understand someone else's life if all your friends that you associate with look like you.
Yes.
And so I think diversity is really important as a professional and as a biker, because people see my skin color before they see anything else,
Yes.
right? And
And
then we have these stereotypes that bikers aren't great people, and we're not
yes.
big members of society. Well, that's all bullshit, because bikers come as doctors, we come as lawyers, we come as customer service reps, we go to church, we have lives, we volunteer, we do all these things that other people do, but sometimes people judge us just because of the iron horse that we're on.
Yes. And that's what the whole diversity of it, because with people watch TV and they get caught up in it because what they see on TV, and they basically take that and run with it, because they be like, "Oh, I know how these people act because I seen them on this show," or "I know how these people act because I seen them on this show." And what Hollywood has colored as far as when they see people on motorcycles, everything about them is bad. Don't look at them. Don't talk to them. Like, keep it straight. Like, if you see them in traffic, don't say nothing. I mean, but as far as a lot of things was going, I was talking to a guy. He was running for mayor, and he was like, we were just talking and stuff. So he said, "What would be a good way that like I can find out about the community?" I said, "Have you went to a bike event?"
Absolutely.
So he was like, "What? Like, no, that's not a good look for me and stuff." I said, "Well, as far as being a good look or not, you'll find out what you need to find out. Because if you're supporting the neighborhood and the section that you're running for, who's going to be in that area? Like everybody is together. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm looking out for these people. No, you're
Sure.
looking out for everybody. So, and
The
if you
thing,
want to find out,
yeah, and if he does, he's going to find that we're doing drives, we're doing
yes,
tour runs.
yes. And
We
that's
love
what he did. That's what he did when and he called me and he was like, "Oh, you opened my eyes to a whole nother world." Because he was like, "I didn't know that they volunteered doing toy drives, the canned food, the feeding the homeless." And he was
that.
just like, "I need to be part of this." And like he was supposed to be getting with some people and stuff to, manage that. And it was like, oh, I can still do this and still, do this. It was just a help. But then when he called me and he was like, wow, like it totally blew him. But then at the same time, he was thinking that like the political way of doing things would be the way of doing it. Sometimes you just do things different. But
I think that in my community about and we're going around, we're breaking laws and doing all these items where that is the furthest thing from the truth. So I would suggest, again, diversity, not only in regards racially, but diversity in regards to we ought to have a adopt a biker week
yeah,
where some civilian would adopt a biker or vice versa, so that we could switch places and let them see. They used to have the thing called wife swap.
yes,
Okay,
yes,
well, we're going to do a biker swap where we put a biker and let them see, hey, we eat with knives and forks. We go to work.
yeah,
You know, we love our families. We do all these things just like you do. And then put the other person in the biker's shoes so they can see, hey, riding is who we are,
yes,
but we're so much more than that. Oh, that would be fun.
yeah, yeah. Do a whole swap. So, what do you feel are your major business accomplishments?
Ooh, major business accomplishment.
Like
I,
knock it out the park. Like, like I did that.
this is a big deal with the Bad Girl 24/7. However, even before this, I was in real estate and I still own an insurance brokerage. I would say my biggest wow is making sure that bikers are probably protected with insurance. That is such a
I
um,
remember I remember you being at a couple of what's called you was at the meeting and everything with the insurance, making sure that people was covered
yeah,
because people are sick and tired of these GoFundMe's.
GoFundMe not a burial plan. GoFundMe is not your plan B. So, out of everything that I have done in my career, I would say that's probably the biggest, has had the biggest impact because leaving a legacy is so important. Making sure that we're properly protected is so, so important. These charity rides are like welfare. These GoFund accounts are like welfare. Those are not, should not be plan B. We all should be responsible enough in order to have the proper protection for ourselves and put our family in a situation where they're leaving a legacy.
Yes.
We are not, and I say we as a community, as bikers, are not doing a good enough job to make sure that our brothers and sisters have the right protection. And I think most of it is because of lack of knowledge. We don't know that we can get accidental policies. We don't know all of these things because insurance is not a sexy thing to talk about. And it puts into play our mortality. So it's not like kitchen table conversation that we're talking about,
Mhm.
but these are conversations we need to have because there should not be GoFund accounts.
Yes. Yes. And that is like I said, I seen you doing that and stuff like you posted up and like you was doing that a while to make sure because you was like, everybody know when you do it, you're passionate about it, and that's what like fires you like the like a locomotive. You're coming, you're coming, and you're gonna.
I want to make sure you're good. There is nothing worse than losing a loved one because you already have that pain, then begging for money and then for it to bury that loved one, and then that loved one not leaving their family protected, right?
Yes.
We just lost DMX, and I don't know all the particulars to that, but I was reading the information that was saying that he didn't have a will, and that he didn't own his masters. We have to have people around us that care enough about us in order to ask us some of these hard questions.
Yeah.
So when
Do
something
you
of that
have?
happens,
Yes.
bang, that we're good.
Yeah. For real. Okay. So what do you plan on as far as the future with well, hold on, let me see. What do you plan to do for the women um as far as in the that's following and stuff for the future?
Ooh, okay. All kinds of things planned for them. We have a coaching session that is starting where we're going to, in the fall, we're going to teach them and get them certified so they can become coaches in their expertise. So, in other words, we have a part that's called Turn Your Pain into Profit. So, if you have been an addict, then we will get you coaching certified under my coaching company so that you can help other women that have addictions. Or if you've been in an abusive relationship, we're going to turn that pain around to profit so that it will not only help you benefit yourself, you can help bring other people to the light to help change their lives with that. So, whatever it is that you've done in the past, we're going to get you certified so that you can now become a coach yourself and you can go out and help other women under the nonprofit that we have. And the other part is we're going to start a Bad Girl 24/7 conference so that every year we can get these women together in a retreat setting where we can love on them, work with them with their self care, and then elevate them so that they can be better.
Okay. So on the
Big.
first one, I really liked that because like you're turning a negative into a positive. You're just adding another line to it. You know what I'm saying? Because people always look at it as a negative, and no matter as far as people growing, people if people don't see you grow, they always see you as a seed, and they be like, "Oh, you always did." Then when they see you, they be like, "Oh, they do what?" Like, yeah, right. So when they come around, it's a total growth. Like you missed the whole transformation. You missed the cocoon era and stuff, whatever. Because the hardest part is when you was turning it over. Like tilling the ground, I guess, so much, whatever, to get ready to grow. So
Sure.
the thing about that, what I like is that somebody that's been through it
Yep.
and teaching it, somebody that read a book about it, not being around, they just know what the book say.
Yeah. Because you take a woman that's had you take her advice all day long before I would take the advice of some doctor that has never had kids trying to tell me how to discipline or try to raise my kids. It
Yes,
makes no sense at all. Like some of these professors that are teaching these kids about how to start a business, and these professors have never had a business.
yes,
You get good by failing. Part
yes.
of the destruction in our system is we think failing is bad, but you have to fail in order to get good at it. And
Trial
the
and
other,
error.
you
Trial and error.
have to test testimony without a test. Come on now. Put a test on it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and I'm saying with that test and that testimony, now you're going to help other women. And then it's nothing wrong with being compensated. It's nothing wrong with earning a living for something, as
Yes.
long as you're providing a service and you're helping people. So why not turn that pain into profit and then help other women? So we're going to get them certified and get them moving.
Great, great. So I mean that basically add what the next question is. You basically sum that up. Like, what can you expect from Bad Girls 24/7? You just
Ooh.
told us. You just told us.
Oh, God. Here,
So
I want to be getting women insurance license in other multiple states, helping them start their own insurance company. And for those that don't have a desire to start an insurance company, I'll put them under my brokerage where they can work directly under me. But we have lots of things in the work. And mind you, I'm not doing this by myself. I have a wonderful staff.
yes,
I have a wonderful project manager, Amy. I have wonderful assistants that help. We are a female-owned company with females that are helping other females.
yes,
So we have lots of things, all because of the stalker.
yes, yes. Thank you, Stalker. Did you ever find out who the stalker was?
Oh, yeah, we know who it is. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Bless her soul. Look what she did. So, any last words you wanna share with your viewers?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Hey, the biggest thing is you got to believe in yourself. I don't care what your past is. I don't care where you are right now. I really believe that all of us are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I don't care what your belief system is. You really have to tap into that and believe in yourself and not care about any of the obstacles, because the obstacles are there in order to make you stronger. So that when you get to the finish line, you are ready to celebrate. So my parting words is fucking go do it.
Yes, right, right. That's cool. So
Absolutely.
the only thing that we have left, and we asked everybody this that comes on, and different people have different things. Like you say, it's your persona, like what you like and stuff. So we asked everybody, how do you rep your swag?
Ooh, how do I rep?
Yeah, your swag.
How do I rep my swag?
Yes.
Oh, with whiskey and weed, baby.
The best. Okay. So other than that, that's gonna finish us up. It was glad talking to you. I'm glad you had time to spend with us and do this interview with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Glad to see you around and doing your thing. And we definitely support you.
I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, Bunches.
So other than that, this is Swag signing out.
Big wheel riding in it, and it paint shining, got the good smoke inside it. Hell yeah, we shining. TV's inside it with a bad chick outside of me. Look like we won a lottery, cause we be grinding. I shines all the time, cause I'm out on the grind. I'm getting mine, sipping fine wine. Every time I dime, blowing pine in the Cuban. Throwback Patrick Ewing. Got plenty bitches on my team because my game is fluent. Or maybe it's the candy that do it, they like to glow. You know how I go, for every spoke I got, it's a hoe. I want my dough though. Fat sacks a dodo. Be rolling with my kinfolk and big body 8 those. Sitting on them low pros, hoes just shining. Big plus C, so I'm always reclining. Money by the thousands, I ain't got that meal ticket yet. Think I might don't have it down, but I'm fixed to get it checked. So till then I'ma continue doing what I do. Don't hate on me because JD ain't nothing like you. I'm Gator shoes, you Nike. I'm cool, you shiesty. It don't matter, I don't mind. The bitches gon' like me going big. Been riding in a candy paint shining. Got the good smoke inside it. Hell yeah, we shining. TV's inside it with a bad chick outside of me. Look like we won a lottery, cause we be grinding. Big been riding in a candy paint shining. Got the good smoke inside it. Hell yeah, we shining. TV's inside it with a bad chick outside of me. Look like we won a lottery, cause we be grinding. Money making moves like every day. Big cook.
Hey now, hey, I'm so tickled. So we are live. I am just tickled. So another episode for Whiskey, Women, and Wisdom. And we have Miss Tamika Bryant here with us. She is a real estate broker, a real estate developer, an author, a wife, a mom, a bad girl 24/7, making her money.
All day long.
Hello,
All day
darling. How
long.
are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm recovering from that ride. I decided that I was gonna help my son out, and I don't know why, but I decided to take the Tesla
Oh, okay.
on a long drive. Nobody told me Teslas ain't for long drives.
Oh, he got that whip. He don't need no gas.
So they didn't tell me this is not for long drives. Like
Okay.
Teslas, they're not for this. So I pulled it out, and it's got the wings and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, good. And you know, he's using it to make some money and all kind of other stuff. So I'm good, and all that's happening. But baby, I had to stop and charge.
That whip don't take gas.
The charge is 45 minutes at a supercharger.
Oh no.
I'm not that kind of girl. You know, I'm from New York. So a New York minute is not 45 minutes.
Got you.
I almost had a nervous breakdown on that trip.
Sitting down, wait. How many times did you have to charge it?
I lost count, and it was a good thing I had my assistant with me because I lost count, and I had to get in the back and just get my nerves and stuff in order. And so she made it efficient and more fun for me because so that won't happen again. Let me just say that.
There you go.
That